Welcome back to another episode of Multiblock Madness, where today I'm trying to make the mass assembler from lazy AE2. I thought about just making ME controllers like temporarily, but then I remembered that would require us automating something really annoying actually. It was these advanced machine frames because they require intermediate plates, and I've not done barely anything with mystical agriculture. We do have our... we are getting some inferium essence over there, but definitely not automated. So, and actually we can take this off. So to remember to put it back on before we head up there. So what I'm doing is finding out what I need to make to craft this. So tungsten steel. I have a feeling that this could be a pain to make. We've got hot tungsten steel, and then we had to get cryothium, which we can craft. Can't craft that much. Ooh, can't craft much at all. So there's 5. And then this has to go into here. You need to not have experience in you. You need to output out here. You need to input... If we put cryothium in here, it's up in here, and this turns into... Does, but we need more gelid cryothium. Actually, I think we can make cryothium, can't we? Oh yes, snowballs with liquid XP becomes blizz powder. We could go that route. We've got it. Alright, we'll see if we get enough. So we got hot tungsten steel. I don't think it's enough. So we got tungsten steel here. We needed plates. And then if we tried to make the controller... Oh, we've got the stuff. Right, I think... Yeah. We'll try and set this up down here, and then we'll take it up to the space station. And that's going to replace all of this nonsense. It's going to be all a nice, tidy box. It's going to be awesome. So yeah, I'll keep... I guess we can hook this up to it as well. How do channels work? Like, I've done it for auto-crafting. Do we still need an ME controller? We might. I forget how this works. That's okay. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. It's got our mass assembly controller. We also need... If we're going to set that up... That's where the I/O ports come in. So, inside this guy... pattern providers and crafting co-processors. I think we mostly want these. Assembler frames we're going to need a bunch of. So, oh no, that's a bunch of tungsten steel. Alright, we're going to have to... We have to automate some other things. I think blizz are going to be the go. So... Deep mob learning. We need a simulation chamber. What do we got? We got no empowered redstone. To empower redstone, that's easy, that's easy. This, I'm missing something from that. An advanced alloy. Oh, we've made that. We can make that. Like, get me one of them. Easy. But this stuff... Oh, I can use slime balls. I mean, there's some of that. This goes in here. Cool. So what's this? I may as well get... I don't know, we'll do 5 of them. We need some of these. And TNT. And then we'll just be chucking this in here. And he'll be doing this thing. Cool, so there's most of it. I think we just happen to have one of them. We need Oscar glass. Oscar glass is an alloy of these things. I think we could just teach the recipe for that, and I think we're actually low on alloy smelter recipes. So give me that, but I don't know if we've got... I mean, it'll take out the night slime for now. And then, what's this called? Oscar. For them, we're missing glowstone. What was the recipe for that? That's just glowstone and the osmium compressor. Compact them into plates. Oh, we get a bonus one. And then we can make a simulation chamber. Awesome. This guy's going to want some power. I mean, we could set him up here. I don't know if I'm ever going to automate him. Like, actually automate him. Interface. But, I mean, it's not going to hurt to have that. So we want to grab out our data model for Blizz. It's only basic, but it is going to level up while it's in here. Cool. Yeah, I don't think this guy's going to auto-extract. Next we're going to need Polymer Clay. Normally this is a pretty cheap... I've got it in here. Normally this is a pretty cheap recipe, but it's definitely been changed in this pack. Alloy smelter, I'm going to have to do that. We don't have Spectre ingots. We do have platinum. Oh, there's more. Or we can use iron and... I mean, it's the same amount of binder, right? I've got the excavator running getting iron, so we'll do that recipe. Actually need to make another alloy smelter. Is there any recipes we don't need? No, we do use all of them occasionally. So that can go in this guy. And then if we were to ask for Polymer Clay, I don't know, 128. Nice. Oh, that's brilliant. And then, now we could set up a simulation chamber per one of these and then auto-craft. Actually, no, it would be slightly different, right? But we'll do this. And eventually we might end up with the pristine matter. And this thing's also going to be leveling up, and he gets a higher chance of having pristine matter once he levels up. And we get this stuff, which is useful for making, like, spider eyes. Or prismarine shards. Or iron. Huh. Wait. I guess if we had rotten flesh. Is this like a... Ah, nice, we got some. Cool, and then actually we do want to extract that with an item conduit, or a couple of item conduits. And let's go out the back. Always active, insert. Nice. Oh, we got another pristine matter. This guy should level up as well. Not yet, but he will. Come over to this thing. We want Blizz powder, or Blizz rods. Nice. Crush them up, and that'll get us some more Blizz powder. Which means we could probably teach the recipe for... we'd kind of need our own fluid transposer, right? We could set up some auto crafting. There's a stack. Need some hot tungsten steel. And then to make hot tungsten steel, it's an industrial blast furnace of tungsten and steel and 3000 heat, so we can make that. Because I don't think we can get tungsten steel any other way. No. So we can't use this guy, we can use this guy. Tungsten. We get some tungsten steel, and I'll just bulk craft a bunch of this. Just so we can craft our different bits and pieces we're going to need, which is a lot of this. And flux patterns, we're going to make one of these guys. Flux Aggregator, definitely. We've made all of these different things. We don't have them currently. Okay, so this will be the Flux Aggregator, which is a very, very handy machine. If we look up extraction, so auto export enabled, up, input, output, all. I think is probably how we want to do that. We're going to need another interface. I'm just waiting for us to be out of something. So the Flux Aggregator. Right, so that's used for making platinum ingots, flux platinum ingots, which we definitely need. So I want to grab that recipe. We're out of patterns too, aren't we? We're out of quartz. We're actually low on quartz. Actually, treated wood's going to be a problem in the future, right? Creosote. I guess we'll just have to like set up. Just have stuff running for the sake of, yeah. Well, we just keep doing the bulk crafting around. Right, so we should have some patterns now. Nice. We want to grab the recipe for this. We're going to hopefully grab this interface. You're going to know how to make flux. Now, of course, this requires skystone dust. I might have to go find some more meteors. Carbonic flux, or flux complex. It's made. It's cheaper to do it this way. That's in the Flux Aggregator. Nice. So we want in the Flux Aggregator to make this. I think we know these other recipes. Flux dust is going to come from this because we're going to make this guy in the Flux Aggregator. Which means we need to know how to make charged surface quartz. Which we don't, but we can because we have an energetic infuser hooked up to the system. And that should be that. So let's get rid of that, but you are going to know how to make this. You have too many recipes in you. We need another crusher. Or a pulverizer, rather. Or can we make that? Manufacture it? We can. It's pretty expensive. That's alright. We got that expensive in terms of power, so we'll say that you make that. That's a crafting one. This is a flux aggregation craft. This goes in here. We can now craft those things. Right, a pulse centrifuge I think we also want. Just because it's useful for skystone and skystone dust. Oh. Yeah, sometimes we need the pure stuff. We'll hold off for now though. Because did I teach? I didn't, but we're going to want to know how to make pin provider coprocessor. Oh, there's also the the outside, the assembler frame, we need to know how to make. And that's why we needed to do this, and why we need tungsten steel. Yep. Oh, these are going to be rough to make, actually. Okay, so that was them. Frame. Only have one tungsten steel plate. Oh, because I haven't taught that recipe. We've got another spare plate press. Yeah. Frame, get me like 30. Missing 29 tungsten steel and tough rods. And silicon. Alright. Well, I tell you what, this mass assembler is very expensive. I've got it. I've built this much of it. It's not a square just because these take so much tungsten steel. Now, he doesn't assemble yet, but I think that's because there's no pattern providers or crafting co-processors in them. And I think actually we should have a pattern provider. I think we just plonk them in here. Do you work now? Oh, you do work now. Cool. So yeah, just getting them set up down here, and then we'll move to chucking them on the space station and thinking about moving all of this. It's a big task though, because if we move all of our auto crafting, that means we want to move our ME controller. Now, I probably have enough channels that I could just remove one and run a big cable off it and still keep everything that's currently set up, and then we can slowly move stuff out. Because we're only using 8 channels here and 8 channels there. So yeah, that would work. And then kind of have 2 ME controller systems up. We need power up at the space station too is an issue. That is definitely an issue. And maybe, I know I didn't take the reward of the mechanism solar panels, but they are, I was going to say cheap. I mean, that's not bad. They're more expensive, but if we get enough to just run the ME controller, I'll think about it. But trying to get these crafting co-processors, and they go in the crystallizer. That must be more than 2 silicon. So Darium blend, carbonic flux, and monodiamonds. These make these crystals. And these resonating crystals are used in these massively parallel processors, which I can probably teach the recipe for. Yes, I've been doing a lot of stuff in between clips there to start processing more platinum, and of course I processed like a stack of tungsten steel. I think I need to get another stack going though, because it's quite slow. So yes, I can see why people have multiple blast furnaces running, and I think we're going to have to do that. Just have like one constantly making tungsten steel. And our power, I think our power is actually, yeah, like this is running. I mean, it's slowly building up, but we're not filling up the buffer, which I guess is good. Yeah, it's just a example of how much power we're using. Getting close to utilising all of that 20,000 arrow for tick. Yeah, this thing's going to be cool. I wonder how many patterns can we fit in here? Maybe just this many. And that's for one of these, but these take 4 mass assembler frames. These things are expensive. They are very, very expensive. Yeah. Yep. Yep. We are actually starting to run into power issues. Having to boost the power on my controller just to keep things running, which is interesting. Yeah, just with some of the crafting that's going on, I think it's just a little bit too power intensive. And because I'm doing so much, we're not giving our cells time to build up. Which is kind of cool. It's kind of cool. I like turned this guy down because he was constantly running. But yeah, we might have to look at maybe the next stage of reactor, although that's a lot of crafting as well. We've got all of this fuel we need to process. And I think the next fuel we wanted to look at was this one. MZA. Maybe we look at doing that. And a whole bunch of crafting later. This should be, I think, this would pretty much be a replacement for all of this. It should be quite a lot tidier. Yeah, we've got 9 pages of stuff. And I mean, one of these only holds 1 row. So this is for like 4. So each 2 pages is equivalent to one of these. So that's pretty cool. We can start tidying that up a bit. And we don't need these crafting code processors. But yeah, I had to like turn off the excavator, fire up this guy. We even like added in another canola thing just to try and keep the power generation keeping up. I think we can turn stuff back on now. I think it'll be fine. But we are going to have to look at better power generation. And perhaps like starting to think about automating fuel production, which wouldn't be too hard. And dealing with this, which I'm kind of excited about. I think we need wireless power transfer, which I think we can do with advanced power cells, not creative power cells. And then we can use like the power cell cards for linking stuff. I think if we get that, we see what the transfer rate is. Because I think, yeah, my main issue is going to be getting power from down here up to the space station. I think that's going to be my main issue. And there was spectre lenses. Right, this is the thing we're missing. We need spectre ingots. Get ectoplasm. I think I'm going to go for the spectre sapling. And right-clicking a vanilla sapling with ectoplasm. And we can get ectoplasm by making like a potion of harming. Which is what? Potion of poison? Or potion of healing and fermented spider eyes. So we need fermented spider eyes. Potion of poison is just spider eyes and orchid potions. Right, I'll whip up some of them. Because I've seen heaps of those little ghosts. I don't know if they spawn here. I'm going to say no, they don't. But when we kill creepers, they occasionally appear. Alright, so there's some ghosts. Did we get ectoplasm? Actually, oh, we did. Nice. I guess that's probably all we need. Oh, alright. Oh, there's some more. Nice. 181 levels in there too. Right, so we got ectoplasm. We right-click on a vanilla sapling. So here's a vanilla sapling. Yeah, I made way too many splash potions of harming. So, vanilla sapling. Ectoplasm. Cool. We use this in a bonsai pot. We'll get spectre leaves. I'm hoping these can be used for in this machine over here. So we might have to set up another filter. What don't we need lots of? I mean, I guess spruce is probably the least useful. And we're actually chewing through the time in a bottle. There's some ectoplasm. Right, so we've got some ectoplasm. We can use this in an induction smelter. I guess we'll do this recipe. Spectre ingots, I don't know, 20? Do we have enough? We do? Cool. And we can use that to craft some of these. Which is going to be used to craft one of these, which, oh dear. Blocks of redstone. Prismarine. Actually, we do have a bunch of Prismarine. Oh, we need a machine frame. Okie dokie. Cymerite. Oh. Okay. I'll teach that recipe. Cool. So we got some machine frames. Oh, this makes 2. That's nice. And I think, can we see the transfer rate? So input output is 5,000 arithmetic. So no. Ah, oh, wait, do we have to? Yep, now they stack. And then we want to upgrade it to this one. And I'm a little bit concerned that's not going to be great arithmetic. $20,000 arithmetic. I mean, that's how much power we're making. Long term, I don't think that's ideal. But we can, yeah, link our turbine to this, and then have another one up on the space station, and then we'll have access to all of our power. If we set up, either we take this thing, or we set up another one. And I'm almost tempted to set up another one. Yeah. And then these are pretty easy to make. And all you do is you do this. Link ID 1, link ID 1. Yeah, and then if we make another one, and we put this card in it, then they're linked together. Long term, we are going to want to go for Flux networks. And I mean, maybe I should have looked into this. We're needing teleportation cores. We now craft these. This might be the only thing, which we're making vibrant crystals. Hey. I mean, it's a lot of these. These are so expensive. We get away without the flux storage. Although, yeah. Oof. Those are so expensive. But actually, maybe we go that route. Well, we've got ourselves this big multi-block thing, which is going to replace this mess that I got going on. And that's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. I'll work on hopefully getting started on some flux networks for next episode, and then we can actually start thinking about moving the base to the space station, which means I need to build the space station, because it's not really a thing yet. Yep. That's cool. Alright, it's been ClassicDuff. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.